when they have, kapag nagkaroon na sila ng sakit, they feel na, ay, wala na to, sabi niya yung ganun. They tend na, nagpapakontrol sila sa sarili nilang sakit instead of na sila ang nagko-control sa mga sakit nila. So, that's why, nade-depress sila, nawawalan din sila ng gana sa buhay. Then suffering, the state of severe distress associated with events that threatens the intactness of the person. So, ang suffering, after the lack of control, usually they suffer. They suffer emotionally, physically. So, this eventually leads them to a very stressful life. Then access to service. Usually, they need greater access to healthcare services. So, this is true. Most of the elder people, they need attention. Hindi naman kasi basta-basta na iwan mo sila dyan. They can do it by themselves. Hindi kagaya ng mga middle-aged person or young adults. They need care as much as we do. In America, they put their elder persons or elderly people in a healthcare facility for them to para maalagaan sila. Where in fact, dito naman, ang kahibahan naman sa atin is that we tend to care for our elderly persons. We are a very family-based persons. So, mas gusto natin na inaalagaan sila. Although wala tayong assistance na nakukuha from the government. Yun yung kahibahan natin from the Americans or from the Western people. Automatic yun kapag they have elder persons in the house. Nagkakakuha sila ng mga allowances ng healthcare provider, ganun, ng nurses, private nurses, na ang nagpe-pay ay ang government. So, one time, I've had this patient, just to share, she went back home from Texas. So, pag-uwi niya, from there pa, nagkasakit siya in the hospital. Then, paglabas nila, okay na siya, di ba? May dala na siyang advance directives. So, this advance directive, sabi ng state of Texas, when an elderly person reach 60 years old and above, nagpipirma ang relatives ng advance directives at ang patient ng advance directives saying that na when kapag nag-arrest ang person anywhere man siya, they should consider the DNR or i-honor nila yung DNR na laman ng advance directives nila. So, this is one provision ng Americans or ng mga Western na once people get to the elderly stage or elderly age, parang life is not as valuable as much of those from the middle-aged person. So, isa din tong dilemma, should we engage into DNR or should we just let them pass by in a normal or in a simple way? Then, long-term care. Ito, uso ito sa mga Western countries. Most of the elders in the long-term care facility are those no longer able to exercise self-direction in selfly caring for themselves. So, ito yung mga taong may Alzheimer's, dementia, they have, wala na silang, hindi na nila kaya na magtrabaho para sa sarili nila, mag-ayos para sa sarili nila. So, dito, we must practice ethics of dignity instead of ethics of autonomy. As I have said kanina, yung autonomy, yung kung ano ba yung decision making nila ng mga elders. So, dito, hindi natin masasabi na pwede natin silang papag-decide kung ano man yung gusto nila. wherein dito, mas naipapractice natin yung ethics of dignity, kung ano yung nakakabuti para sa kanila, nakakabuti para sa health nila. So, yun yung ethics of dignity. And then, it can provide compassionate means of care. So, ang long-term care, lalo sa mga long-term care facility, this teaches us how to be compassionate, how to be patient, how to care for people uh, na umaasa na lang talaga sa'yo. So, this is a very, very fulfilling work sa mga nurses doon. Although, minsan, siguro, nakaka-stress din because uh, these are people. They're just like children na hindi na rin nila kayang bantayan yung sarili nila. Then, nurses are not emotionally detached from their patients. Instead, are willing to risk feeling a personal sense of failure or loss when their elderly patients make choices that a nurse believes not the elder's best interest. So, yun nga. So, sometimes, siguro na-feel din nila yung counter-transference or transference to these patients. Kasi, you see, every day you meet them, every day you care for them. So, as much as possible, you want the best for them. So, yun siguro yung nafe-feel ng mga nurses on this long-term care facility. As much as possible, we would like to engage them on what is good for them na nakikita natin. Hindi yung nakikita nila na what is good for themselves. So, ganun siguro talaga. And then, that ends my report. So, overall, as a summary, ethics in geriatric and chronic illnesses, this is a very wide topic, no? Ang main focus lang nito is that yung decision making ng isang elderly, is it impaired or is it impaired that we have to choose for them, or do they really still have to choose for themselves rather than we choose for them? Yung ganon, decision making kasi ang ano dito and respect for the elderly. So maybe we could have we have to discuss them furtherly in our in our chat later on. So thank you for listening, and have a good day.